Hi, my friends. It's back and it's still contraction week. But before we get into those contractions, let's come on over and look at our vowel sounds that we have. Okay. I'm curious which ones you find trickiest. We've got our R controls. Here's a bonus question for you. What sound do all of them make? Very good. We knew these three all said but we have recently learned that these two both say Can you remember the keyword for when AR says Beggar, good for you. And how about doctor? Blah, I give you the answer. OR is doctor. Okay, let's do some other sounds. Here we go. Let's come down to this row. O, I, coin, oi. O, Y, boy, oi. AU, August, aw. AW, saw, ah. Okay. Just a quick warm up today because we have a lot of contractions to practice. So I would like you to have your whiteboard out and let's read these together. And then on your whiteboard, you are going to write it as a contraction and tell me a sentence. Okay? So what does this say? He will. Please take a moment on your whiteboard and write he will as a contraction. Remember, if you're not so sure, there is a place you can look. It's called your student notebook. And remember, it is in the spelling rules section towards the end of it on page 40 and 41. They're all here. Resource. Really great. Okay, so he will. Write that as a contraction for me. And it should look like that. Heal. Okay, and I want to hear you do a sentence with it. He'll be getting braces tomorrow. Very good. He will. If you're stuck on how to do the sentence, think about using these words with a sentence and then replace it. He will be getting braces tomorrow. He'll be getting braces. Okay, read me this one. We are. Write the contraction for we are. Okay, can I hear a sentence? We're excited to be back in school. And it should look like this. We're. Remember, we always say this word and then we say the sounds. We're. Okay. So, you know what? I'll erase them as we've done them. What does this one say? She would. She would. Please write the contraction on your whiteboard. And tell me your sentence. She'd go to the store, but it's closed. She'd eat the brownie, but it had a hair in it. She would should be she'd, and it looks just like that. The apostrophe, what letters does it replace? Yeah, it replaces all of those letters. These all get erased. Kind of crazy, right? Much quicker for that contraction. Okay, we have three more. What does this one say? He has. And remember, the rule of what you take away for has, had, and have are all the same. So how do you write he has as a contraction? Check it to mine. He's. Let me hear a sentence with he's. He's my best friend. He's a professional soccer player. Well, wait a second. Did you catch that? He's can be a contraction for two things. He has and he is. So they can be used a little bit differently. So really, when I said he's my best friend or he's a professional soccer player, that's using he's for the contraction he is. But for he has, you could also say he has a cold. He's a cold. You don't hear that too often in common English, but you could. It is technically correct. Okay. So on to our next one. What does it say? I had. Show me how to do I had as a contraction. We always keep that I uppercase, and it should look like this. I. So you could say, I had a brownie, or I'd eaten a brownie. I had eaten a brownie. You don't really just say I'd a brownie. We'd have to add that word eaten. Kind of like back with the last one we did. He's, he has a cold. We'd maybe say he's gotten a cold. He has gotten a cold. We wouldn't really just say he's. Okay, one more, my friends. You have. So you might say a sentence like, you have. How would we change it into a contraction? You have. You. You've got a big heart. All right. Very nice job with that, my friends. You can kind of keep your contraction page open in your notebook, just off to the side to help you out. And we're going to talk about spelling. Okay. So I want you to write the words we have on your whiteboard, just like that. And we're going to practice a little bit more. So one thing you can do to help you write the contractions is erase the parts that shouldn't be there. So how can we say we have as a contraction? We can say we've. And what letters get removed? The H and the A. So you can trace over them to erase it. And then you need to add your apostrophe. And obviously it's too far away. So you bring it a little bit closer. Okay? For the sake of talking about when we do our test at the end of the unit, and it's not just about the test, of course, it's about you really learning and understanding this. Your teacher, or if you're writing a word, is going to say the contraction. You'll write the contraction and you'll also write what it equals in its two words. Now, sometimes you really have to pay attention to the sentence. Remember how we were talking about he has, um, and I had, words like that have multiple contractions, meanings that go with the contraction. So for example, if I say he's at the store, we have to write that contraction. He's. But then you have to use the rest of the sentence to figure out what two words. Is that he is or he has? What makes sense? He's at the store. He is at the store or he has at the store? For this sentence, it must be he is. So you have to use the context, the other words to help you figure out what the contraction exactly means. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to say a contraction, and I want you to write it out like this and write which words it represents. All right, let's try this one. It's. Go ahead and write it's. It's stopped raining. So would that be it has or it is? It's stopped raining. It is stopped raining or it has stopped raining? It has stopped raining. Good. Okay, let's try another one. She'll get the bottle for Linda. She'll. How do you write she'll? And what does she'll equal? Here's she'll, and it equals she will. Okay, nice job. Let's erase those. And we have some new soundalikes. And these are super important soundalikes that even adults seem to mess up all the time. Are you ready to learn them? Okay. Look at this one right here. It says there. There are three types of there. I want to start with this one. Because inside of the word there, if you take away the T, what word do you see? Here. So there tells you about a location, because you might say, it's here. No, it's there. So if you're talking about the location, it's THERE. So go ahead and get out your notebook and go to the Soundalike section in the back and find the word there. And let's enter this first there. To refer to a certain location. So we're talking about a certain place here. Okay, go ahead and enter this into your notebook. Pause on this screen so you can get that definition down. Okay, and now that you've entered this there, let's look at the next one. What's the same? The TH and the R. So the different part that you have to look at is the vowel team in the middle of this new there. There's an E and then an I. How I remember this one is it's got the word he in it. And this one is talking about ownership. So if you say, whose markers are those? It's their marker. It's their house. It's talking about a group of people that own something. Maybe the whole fifth grade. Maybe it's their teacher. So this one, it's got the word he in it because it's talking about what he and his group of people own or possess. So find THEIR in your Soundalikes and enter this definition. Something belonging to a group of people. Pause on the screen here until you get this entered. Okay, so we've done two so far, there and there. What does this one mean? It's talking about a location. What does this one mean? Possession, ownership, or belonging. And here's the last one. Hey, take a look, it's a contraction. There. What is this a contraction for? They are. They're my friends. They are my friends. So here is your definition for there. A contraction of they are. Please find this there in your Soundalike page and enter this definition. Pause here so that you can get it in. Okay, great job. Now that you have learned the three different theirs, we need to practice with them a little bit. So clear off your whiteboard, please. And I am going to give you a sentence, and I want you to write which there it is. And make sure you spell it correctly. That's important. Okay, here we go. Their fishing gear is packed up for the trip. Their fishing gear. Go ahead and write it on your whiteboard. Which one? Their fishing gear. It's this one. It's showing who owns it. It's got the word he in it. Okay, next sentence. They're looking for the candy. They're looking for the candy. Which there? Write it on your whiteboard. And the test is always try they are and see if it works. And it does on this one. They are looking for the candy. They're looking for the candy. Okay, try this one. They're losing the game right now. Which one is it? They're losing the game right now. This one. They are losing the game right now. Okay, let's do one more. This new school is being built over there. The new school is being built over there. Location. Where is it being built? There. Where, there, here are trick words that you learned together when you were younger. And now we're learning this there in reference to the other theirs. Okay, be on the lookout for these. People make mistakes all the time. Try to catch those mistakes and learn from those mistakes so that you don't make them. Great job today. See you next time.